What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with rather a controversy that generated after Stephane made his weight cutoff for this year's Portugal Pro before he steps on stage. And the way things are looking, he's gonna be the favorite going into this show and get the Olympia qualification as well. So let's talk a little bit about that controversy because people are having a hard time understanding what actually seems a little bit odd during that weight making process. So we have another video of another athlete who is making the weight. And if you guys notice how the bar touches the head of the other athlete compared to Stephane, it seems like there is a little bit of gap between his head and the bar. And some people are assuming that they gave him the height advantage. And having that height advantage means that he will be allowed to weigh more. And keep in mind that this isn't the first time this kind of controversy generated around Stephane. It happened last year as well. But I have to say it isn't exactly the fault of Stephane at all, but the guy who was in charge of measuring the height. But if we take a closer look at that video, it seems like his hair was touching the bar. Now the staff didn't exactly slam that thing down on his head the way he did with that other athlete, but it could be lighting or the angle. But at the end of the day, the official word is that he has successfully made it, and they have released some more progress pictures of Stephane after they finally introduced some carbs, and I have to say, damn, he looks absolutely stunning. And we have to keep in mind, we still have more than 24 hours to go. So it's gonna look totally insane on the stage. So let me know what you guys think about this whole scenario. And is he also your favorite going into this show? Next up is a response from Samson. I think he had enough of that unfair criticism and decided to respond. For the record, this is the first time Samson has spoken about these rumors. So first of all, let's talk about the fact that who started this rumor? That Samson doesn't want to do more cardio. Was this his former coach Milos? Or was it something that people just made up? Because he was unable to bring the condition that he was supposed to bring at this year's Arnold, especially in Ohio. So people have bashed Samson a lot. They have talked so much crap about him in the last couple of months, when actually bringing him in the best possible condition, that was the responsibility of his coach Milos at that time. Just like it is in every coach-client relationship. Just like it was with Quentin Beastwood and Matt Jensen. Well, that is obviously in the past now. But Samson here does make very strong points, and why he would shy away from doing an extra hour of cardio, when he's the one who would directly benefit from it. Because Samson being in top shape means he would have a chance to win a show, like the Arnold, and not just get that prestigious title, but also win more prize money. And not to mention he would have a chance of winning the Olympia. So why would he shy away from doing an extra hour of cardio? It just doesn't make any sense. Plus, let's just not forget, Samson did not get instant gratification in professional bodybuilding. Just look at some of the shows that he did back in 2019. I mean, he wasn't even placing top 6 in the Olympia qualifiers. And he was unable to win his first pro show up until the end of 2021, when he finally won in Prague. And I think we can all agree that a lot of work has been done in these last 2 years, from winning his first pro show at the end of 2021, to winning the Arnold, to being top 3 in the world. Now credit must be given to his coach Milos as well, because he helped Samson put all that size and helped him become an absolute monster that he has become today. So Samson's stance on this whole cardio thing, that should be put forward, and that is why I decided to cover it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Next up is the physique update of Brett Wilkin. So as per the timeline of the Olympia qualifiers, Brett Wilkin is doing the Allegiant Sports, and that I believe is gonna be the last Olympia qualifier for 2024 in the US. So what an impressive crew Brett has around him right now. Brett Wilkin, Martin Fitzwater and Blessing Afudibu doing a heavy chest workout. So Brett has allowed this muscle to marinate for a while now. Him and Martin started working together at the start of this year, and it was a good decision by Brett Wilkin that he did not jump into a show sooner, because he had that digestion issue in the past, which forced him to sit out of the Olympia last year. So that is why he took a slow and steady approach to this one, so that he can rebuild himself, put on all the muscle, all the size that he lost, in that recovery process, in that detox phase. So as of right now, Brett has enough mass, plus he has the ability to get insanely shredded and peeled everywhere. His only downside is that structurally speaking, he isn't a big guy, or he isn't a wide guy, and he doesn't take up a lot of space on the stage. But other than that, he is very complete from every angle. And we are judging him based on his last contest, and that was the Big Man Weekend back in 2022. And he was able to beat a very impressive version of Andrea Presti at that show. And that was a long time ago. And Brett has put on some serious size since then. So doing the last Olympia qualifier does put a little bit of pressure on you, since you only get one shot, and there is no margin for error at all. But considering that he still has 13 more weeks to do it, I think he's gonna be absolutely on. So Nathan's coach Stephane has put forward a great plan for this upcoming Portugal Pro. So they will bring that same crazy fullness on the stage, just like we saw at Flex Pro Italy, but this time with a bearskin texture. So Nathan wasn't really happy about that striated glute thing, because that seems to be a very important factor in the modern bodybuilding, especially in the judging process. But the thing is, that isn't the case in every show, because we have seen Samson Dauda place top 3 at the Olympia, and he also won the Arnold, and he never had striated glutes. And same is the case with Andrew Jack. He has placed as high as top 5 at the Olympia, and he never had ripped glutes. So really, it is an interesting discussion on how important it is having those striations on the stage. So Nathan D'Isha is also one of those guys who is never gonna have very striated glutes.
Yeah, but it's sad because things like that, people see it online, that influences judges. Judges are human beings, and you get influenced a lot. Like when someone's going to a show with pure hype, he plays sometimes higher than what he should do because of the hype.
Now his biggest competition on the other hand at this show was William Barnack. He's gonna be ripped to the bone, and that too everywhere. And Barnack's glutes and his hamstrings have always been very super, which on the other hand is the biggest weakness for Nathan. So it is gonna be really interesting how the judges go about it this time. Now personally, I don't think Nathan lost to Barrows on the basis of glutes. He lost because of symmetry, because of aesthetics, and he lost both the back shots overall against Barrows. Yes, he appeared harder and fuller than Barrows, but the thing is, that's just one part of the judging. In any case, whoever wins this show, Stephane the coach is gonna be the winner, because his athletes are gonna be number 1 and number 2 here at this show. Lastly, a classic physique update, as Robert Timms is finally gonna get back to the Olympia stage this year. So the last time he was on that big stage, that was back in 2021, and he placed 10th that year. So no one can really doubt Robert Timms the way his current coach does, AJ Sims, because the show that he won in 2024, that wasn't his best look, based on a number of factors. And if you look at how Robert looked after his flight, that look wasn't enough to win that show. But AJ did work his magic in those final 24 hours. And although that wasn't his best look, but it was good enough to win that show. So Robert's best look, I believe, was Texas 2023. He was massively improved from 2021, and most importantly, he looked very much balanced in terms of his upper and lower half. His legs were really holding their own at that show. So the Olympia this year is gonna be a huge challenge for him, simply because of the fact that the judges wanna see bigger quads on him. He is one of those guys who has the best upper bodies in classic physique division, and there is absolutely no doubt about that. Front to back, he is so damn good in the upper half. But still, we cannot deny this fact, that he needs more legs. So Robert had this privilege of competing at the first ever classic physique Miss Olympia, that was back in 2016. And he was able to place top 6 at that show. So do let me know what you guys think. Can he place top 6 again at the Olympia? So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.